Hey everyone, welcome back to another Anime Kingdom review. As you can see by the title below, this is on episode 8 of Rewrite, and sorry this is a little late, but finally I had some business to do earlier in this day and everything throughout the day, and finally, you don't know how happy I am to be home to be able to finally watch this episode, because honestly I was so excited for this episode to see what was going to happen after what had happened at the end of last week's episode. Like, the ending was just like, oh my gosh, things are gonna go down. And of course this episode is the start of the new anime original route, so I was definitely excited to see what was gonna happen, what new things were gonna go on. And from the predictions and what people have been saying was, of course, pretty much that it was gonna be focused on Kagari, who is the ghost, to which we finally do get to see her in this episode. And we finally get to see her, not only just see her, but hear her. We get to hear her talk. And I'm gonna have to say this right now, I don't know about how you guys feel about it, but seriously, when I first heard her voice, I thought it did not match at all. I still honestly don't think it does. Like, I kind of got used to it towards the end already, but I just feel like seeing her appearance and just how she looks, I did not expect her voice to be like that. I feel like it does not match at all, and it was kind of bugging me throughout the episode. Like, I got used to it towards the end at least, and I guess just gonna have to get used to it, but I feel like they picked the wrong voice actor for her, for her voice, because like literally it does not match at all. It was kind of weird, to be honest. Like, when I was like, what? That's how she talks? It looks like it would match someone else, like any of the other girls. Honestly, it would match more than it would match on her. So it was quite weird to see that go on, but whatever. On that part, that's probably one of the only things that I had any fault with in this episode. Other than that, it was a pretty good episode. Last episode, from what happened, you expected this episode to be pretty, depressing in a way. And in the beginning, it pretty much was. Seeing Kotaro pretty much going to school by himself. Kotori is missing for some reason. Obviously, the other girls are missing because they're with Guardian and Gaia. And this episode was good because we got a mixture of a bunch of things from what happened in the last one. We pretty much, in the beginning, you get to see Kotaro kind of just not know what to do. Everyone's missing. Then of course we get to see the focus on Kagari and her character and her story, her what's going to be happening with her. And then after, we got to see a little bit of Gaia, we got to see a little bit of Guardian, and then of course we got to see Kotori at the end, which was like a lot of good and interesting things that I cannot wait to see how the next episodes are going to be put. I don't know how you visual novel readers felt about this episode, but in my opinion, I thought it was pretty good. And from what I saw in the forums too, is actually there was a lot more people that I saw from the visual novel readers that actually did enjoy this episode. So it's pretty crazy to see. Just like I thought that it'd be pretty exciting for a visual novel reader. This is some new stuff. You never, this is not in the visual novel. So being able to see something like, a new route for which is focused on Kagari is pretty interesting, honestly, in my opinion. Like, if I had read the visual novel before. So I can only imagine how it would be for you and anime watchers only. How do you guys feel about this? Because honestly, so far, I actually enjoyed this episode a lot. And besides her voice, I actually enjoyed her character. It was pretty funny throughout the whole episode, seeing her, how she was acting with him. Of course, I'm not too sure from what I saw in the forums. It looks like she's completely 360. For one thing, she never talked before. Another thing, she's acting totally different, for one thing. And I keep saying for one thing for some reason. But yeah, pretty much what people were saying, it was the rock, the meteor thing that came from the sky. And I thought at first it was just a joke thing. Was that really something that ended up making it so she acts like this? Obviously, she doesn't know who she is now. So, I mean, it would make sense. A huge rock, not huge rock, but a small rock coming down from that, from all the way to space, coming that fast, it's going to, knock you out. And I'm not surprised she lost her memory, but I'm surprised that I thought she was a ghost the whole time, to which she's not. And all of a sudden, everyone at the school can see her too. So it's not just like, she only Kotaro can see her. And obviously we did see that at the end of the last episode that Kotori could also see her as well. And that's another big thing in this episode, learning a lot more, not a lot more, but learning a little bit of what's going on with her. There was something, she's laying on, there was more to her than meets the eye, obviously. And obviously, yeah, Transformers. And obviously at the end, you saw that she was like sitting on a chair with a table with a bunch of tree things walking around. So I'm not too sure what's going on there, but she was around the big tree. So that it's pretty interesting. I'm not too sure what she is, or she's obviously not part of Gaia. She's obviously not part of Guardian. So it's pretty interesting to see that there may be a third group that I don't know of. So that's interesting to learn. Like, hopefully we learn more about her, because it's pretty interesting. Just even that little bit of information to see, because like last week's episode, I was like confused. Like, what is she hiding? What is she really, that she was able to see her all along? That she is, like, there's more to meet the eye, obviously. Like, that's literally the best quote for it. Other than that, of course, like I said, most of the episode was Kagari trying to find herself, figure out who she is. We had a lot of funny moments, her coming to school, beating up Yoshino. By the way, Yoshino, he's a real bro. I know that from what people have said, that in the visual novel, he's not really a main character at all. He's not really even shown much at all throughout the visual novel. So maybe since it's anime original, we might see more of him. Honestly, it's a possibility. I mean, we've seen. Why else would they show him, like, at the beginning, like, oh, if you need help or anything like that, he's obviously worried for him. They wouldn't really show that, I would think. So maybe we might see him in this more often. Of course, he does look exactly like the fairy that we see at the end, so I don't know if there's a connection between them or not, but those fairies, yeah, we get to see them again. The last time we saw them was like one of the first episodes, so it's pretty interesting to see them again. And obviously Sakuya's got them captured and is going to use them for some reason to do something. Not too sure what that's going to be, but yeah, it was pretty interesting to see all that kind of stuff too. And like I said, Kagari, now back to the Kagari part, she pretty much like whacking Yoshino, like, and he just like getting just whacked all over the place, knocked down. Everyone's like, it's a new gang leader, blah blah blah. And then Kotaro just kind of pulled her all around. She looks on the internet and thinks, hey, you've been treating me bad like this because you like me, you love me, and all this kind of stuff. And I was just cracking up. Like, I could definitely see not really a romance at the moment, but it's pretty fun to see the chemistry between them at the moment, beginning off, But yeah, pretty much this episode was mostly about Kagari trying to figure out who she is. She's going to school with Kotaro for a big portion of the time. We get to see Fika, I think that's what she said, coffee. I don't know why she's saying it backwards, but it was pretty funny to see that part as well. And then, of course, at the very end, we see that Inoi is alive, and she had a memory card. She lost all her memory and everything, and it seems that obviously the only reason she's alive still yet is because of Akane. So that's pretty interesting as well when we see that Akane, honestly, I did not expect this as well. She's like in the groups, like they are saying that she's the next saint. I'm not too sure what that is, but I'm guessing it's some important role. But even though the guys were kind of dicks to her, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. But that's another big thing for Gaia. We get to see for the Guardian part, I said that we get to see Shizuru finally be able to defeat that monster that ended up ruining her life and hurting her parents. So that was pretty cool to see as well. See her with her guns, see Lucia trap it, and then she just pretty much goes up to it and just shoots the hell out of it. Old guy with glasses, turns out he's actually one of the Guardians, so part of Guardians. So that's pretty interesting as well. Can't wait to see more from the opening. I almost forgot, the opening and ending are different now as well. Love both of them, by the way. But the opening, it looks like there's going to be some pretty crazy action, to which I cannot wait to see between Guardian and Gaia. Like, seriously, it looks pretty cool. But yeah, other than that, of course, we get to see that at the very end, Kotori is like with a bunch of trees. I'm not too sure what's going on there. And while that was happening, before that happened, they did look at the computer, to which Inoi, had a memory card of what she found, and she pretty much saw everything, all those monsters and all that kind of stuff, and also this one area that looks like Kagari did not like or something for some reason. So it might be where she's supposed to go. That's where the key is supposed to go or something like that. So that's pretty interesting to see as well. But yeah, that was pretty much the episode. Honestly, pretty damn good episode. Had a lot of good things. Definitely kind of depressing at the beginning. It makes sense. Then we get to see Kagari complete 360 of personality. I don't know if it's just because of the rock, but it was pretty interesting to finally meet her and see her as a main character, since this is her route. And pretty much before this, we barely even saw her, just a couple glimpses. It would be pretty interesting to see how, if this is her route, how the romance will go, and how everything will go as she gets her memories back. Like, who she really is, kind of thing. It's pretty interesting that at the moment, they both don't know who she is, And there was a lot of funny moments in this, which I did enjoy. I wanted, I like the seriousness that it was going for, but it's nice to have that, comedic factor after everything that happened in the last one at the end. Like Kotoro deserves a little bit of that peaceful mind from what happened in before. But of course we do, like I said before, get to see a bunch of things about Gaia. We get to see that it looks like Akane's the next saint. I'm not too sure what's going on there. Gaia looks to be on the move, obviously, because the key. There's a lot of monsters all around the place. That's why Guardian is finding them and killing them. And from the opening, it looks like there's going to be huge battles incoming. This is like 12 episode, 13 episode, I think I said. So I'm excited to see how everything will go in these next coming episodes, because there's only 9, 10, 11, 12. So like that much more episode. Like 4 to 5 episodes if it is 13. I'm not too sure if it's just 12. I think it's 13. So 4 to 5 episodes. I can't wait to see how the action will go, how the story will go, and how all the characters will develop in this, how they will interact when they finally see each other again. And yeah, it's really all I gotta say, guys. Honestly, a really good start to the new anime original route. As always, I want to know, how do you guys feel, anime watchers? How do you feel about this? Did you enjoy it like I did? Do you feel the same way about the voice of Kagari? You think it's weird? And visual novel readers, how do you feel about this now that this is a new thing? Of course, there probably might be, like you said, like a couple of people said before, some things from the visual novel that is put in this, but most of it is original. So how do you guys feel about this so far? How did you feel about the whole start? What do you guys think about the voice as well? Like literally, the voice thing for Kagari is really irritating me, because I feel like it really does not match her, in my opinion. I don't know about everyone else, but that's how I feel. But yeah, it's really, I just want to know all you guys' thoughts on everything. But yes, hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. This anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you did enjoy, don't forget to leave a like. And if you haven't already, feel free to subscribe for more content. It really does help the channel. And yeah, that's all I got to say, guys. Till next time. See ya.